Alright guys, this is so stinking exciting. This is an eastern box turtle hatching. It's just starting to hatch out. It's pipping. It just kind of broke the egg a little bit. Um, Obviously, I'm extremely nervous. I've never hatched turtles before. In fact, I've only gotten eggs for a few years. But one thing I noticed about this one is his eyes aren't open, and he is moving. He's alive. But from the videos I've seen, they just all kind of come out and like hatch in one big piece. This guy's just sitting there. I know that some of them just kind of stick their head out and just absorb that yolk sac, and when the yolk sac is completely absorbed, that's when they fully emerge, but we'll just have to see what happens. So 24 hours in, and not much has changed. The turtle is, in fact, still moving, as you can see there. I do notice, though, that this little egg flap has split into two, or at least I think it has. This little egg flap right here. It was one big piece, but now it's looking like it's two. And I can see its shell a little better. Get in camera again. But yeah, not much has changed. And I don't know when the other eggs will pop open, but I would assume probably a few days after this one. This one seemed pretty early. I mean, 51 days, that's pretty early. Alright guys, so big update. I was just kind of looking at the eggs. I cracked open the incubator to get an even better look. And I noticed I had this little pencil right here. Alright. And I wasn't messing with them. I was just kind of like with the eggs over here, I was just kind of checking to see if there was any sign of any other turtles coming out. And on this egg, if you can see right here, this little crack. And that is turtle pipping out. So this is when the turtles were actually coming out of the egg. I sped the clip up so you could see how much they were moving to get out of those eggs. So here is the baby's first soak. This is just a little under 24 hours after they fully hatched. And both of them have been taking many drinks. As you can see, this little guy here is pretty rambunctious. It's surprisingly strong. I mean, they can get out of your fingers if you don't pay attention. But this one, I thought that this one had an extra scoot. This one has perfect scoots. This one has like a really large scoot and is missing one. There should be 5 right down the spine, but there's 4 on this one. So that would explain why this one showed me it was slightly upturned, but it doesn't bother me at all. Not at all. So these guys looking great. I'm gonna get a little bit of food, maybe a roly-poly or two, and see if they'll eat anything. So I have a roly-poly right here. We'll see if there's any kind of activity when it comes to eating. Could take them up to a month to start eating after they hatch, so it would not be concerning at all if they didn't eat. Okay, so 15 days after the very first pipping, they finally absorb their yolk sac, which means they're ready to go into their new enclosure. Now, it's been a little while since you've seen them. It's been about a week since the last clip, I do believe. And there's been some changes, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab this little guy since he's out. He actually undug himself and is walking around, so, you know, I think he's tired of being buried. He's tired of all this little container here. But as you can see, try to get focused on there. This, like the little glossy like rings around the scoot, like you can't really tell right now because he's not really wet. But like where that yellow dot is in the middle, you see it's really dark and then the color gets lighter. That lighter color is actually new growth. So we're gonna put him in this little sandwich container here. And grab the other one. And we're gonna rinse all the incubating medium off, and then see if they will eat a worm. It could be upwards of 2 more weeks or so before they could start showing interest in eating. Here's the other one. Oh, I'll show you this one's plastron. As you can see, yolk sac completely gone. healed over and everything's looking good. This one's grown quite a bit as well. When they first emerged, I weighed them and they weighed exactly 8 grams. So I'd be curious to see how much they weigh before going into their enclosure. But first we're going to use this water here and spray them down just to get all the incubating medium off. Here they are completely cleaned off. I'm going to give you an up-close personal look at them. This one here was the egg on the left, and it has a lot of little patterns. I don't know if you can see that. See the little patterns on each scoot. This one's much lighter in color than the other one. So you can see the yolk sacs completely gone as well. And they're both just great personalities. I'm super excited to see what colors this one holds as it grows. And you may hear dogs in the background, just ignore those. But this one has perfect scoots right there, which is really interesting because their mom has zigzag scoots down her back. So since they weren't born with extra scoots, I'm guessing that her extra scoots, the mom's, was from incubating temperature. So the guy's doing great. And we're gonna take a look at this one. Now this one is missing scoots. There should be 5 scoots right down the back. It only has 4. And there should be 3 scoots on the side, and there should be 4 scoots on the side. There's only 3. So it may kind of retain that shape. It doesn't really bother me a whole bunch, if at all, really. But this one is much darker in color. There's no pattern at all on the shell that I can see, but definitely still a very healthy, active turtle that I'm super excited about seeing when it grows, because I'm really curious to see what the shell will do as it grows. So we're going to see if they will eat a worm before moving into their grow out enclosure. Looks like there might be a little bit of interest on the turtle on the top. The smaller worm. Oh, look at that. That's that turtle's first meal, and this one hasn't seen the big one. I might need to chop that big worm up, but look at that, guys. First day without a yolk sac. Already chowing down some worms. That is excellent. I don't know about this guy here. Need to get him eaten. Just finished that smaller one. I think he's gonna go big or go home with this big one here. They have a natural instinct to go for the worm's head, if you didn't know that. Some of them just don't even care and just go for it. But most box turtles will go for the worm's head so it'll die quicker to make it stop moving. So if he downs that entire thing, I'm going to go find worms for this one here, because this guy is just devouring everything. This turtle has eaten almost that entire worm, and he's still going. I need to get this little guy his own worm. So the box turtles are getting ready to go into their actual enclosure. Here they are now, and I'm going to do a little montage of them exploring. Man, these guys are adorable. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I was kind of making this video kind of like an informational video on what to expect when you raise box turtle eggs and you finally get them to hatch. Basically, just to sum it up, it takes 15 days from the pipping to when you can put them in their actual enclosure and they start eating. And it takes around 50 to 55 days for them to start hatching when they've had the correct temps and the correct humidity. That was pretty quick though. I'm a little surprised. Anyway, I just want a quick shout out to those who helped build this enclosure. A viewer sent me this awesome 5.0 UVB light for the babies, and a viewer sent me this plantation soil that I used. So if you want to see your stuff being used or help donate to any enclosure or anything like that, check in the description below and use the P.O. box to send whatever you want there. I also have some Amazon wish lists you can look at if you want to help donate something. But make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I love comments. You can always leave a comment. And if you haven't already, subscribe, because there's a lot of stuff coming up and I think you guys will really like it. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you learned something. Like I said earlier, make sure to leave a comment. But I will see you next time. But before that, have a great day.